is supposed to be, you know, it's going to flop. You can see what happened with the Lady Oscar movie. It was a great story, a great manga, and then when it came time to make the movie, they miscast the person. Yeah, they put someone who was totally opposite of what Oscar was, and the audience wasn't buying it. Granted, this movie did come out when, what, 1980?
Yep. Well, see, that's the thing. That's the thing. See, Wonder Woman in the Batman v Superman movie is supposed to be just a side character.
Mm-hmm.
The major focus is on the two major characters, Batman and Superman.
Mm-hmm.
And so Wonder Woman is taking like a side seat to all this.
But to me, that's just so disrespectful to the audience and to their wishes and their thoughts. You know, when you take a beloved character like Wonder Woman, who, you know, we all know, we all love, we all know what she's about, we all know, you know, what she looks like, her measurements and such, and then you miscast her. You know, you put someone who's totally opposite of her. I think it's insulting to us.
That's because that's because like Hollywood doesn't want to be like, you know, like muscular type women portraying the roles of like certain heroines.
But that's what she was. I mean, okay, granted, Wonder Woman wasn't, you know, muscle bound, and she wasn't like what's her name? What was it? Julie Strain, the woman who was in Heavy Metal 2000.
That movie was, yeah.
Oh, Lord.
The music, I love the music, but the movie was so bad.
Well, on a side note with that movie, I remember what my friend, the late great Martin King, what he told me about that movie was the director of that movie gave that to Julie Strain because that was his wife.
Yeah.
And it was he said it was a Valentine's present towards her. So because this was her Valentine's present, we have to suffer for it.
Right on, sister.
Thank you.
It puts me off. I never found her attractive for one thing. She just freaks me out. And also, I heard she got fired from a lot of major movies.
Wow, really?
For being too arrogant and bossy, just got tired of her shit and kicked her off.
I mean, yeah, that's the only movie I know of her being in. But, because to me, was she more like a Playboy model or something?
Wait.
But I don't get.
She's a pinup model.
Yeah, she's a Playboy,
yeah.
Granted, she's built. I guess if she was a better actress, she could possibly be Wonder Woman. I guess. Or did I just totally fuck that up? I think I fucked that up.
I'll say this. The movie, the Heavy Metal movie.
The first one is a classic.
Yeah. A fucking car in space.
Thank you.
Every other quote and suggestion and criticism is invalid.
Thank you.
In comparison to a car in fucking space.
That was the first adult animated movie I ever looked at 12 years old, and it fucking blew my mind. Right, and my mom, she didn't want me to watch it. She knew I was going to watch it because it was a cartoon, but because it was an R-rated cartoon, she was like, "You better not watch that Heavy Metal movie." So I would sneak into the living room when I knew she and Adrian was asleep, and I turned her. Heavy Metal. Yeah, I just watched it, and the whole concept just blew my mind. And then you know what's even better about that movie? I got the anniversary the anniversary issue. It was VHS.
I had it for a while too. I saw it when it got re-released at the old Cinemagic Theater in University City before they tore it down back in '97.
Oh yeah.
And it had a 3-minute side movie at the very end, which couldn't be included in the movie because it just didn't go with the rest of the movie. But it was a 3-minute story of how
Lochnar contributed.
Yeah, of how the orb came to be, and how it went through from prehistoric times. I mean, it blew me away when the orb was at the crucifixion. I was like, holy shit, that's deep. All the way into the future. I thought it was amazing.
It's like World War II going up to the airplane.
Yeah, but it couldn't be included in the film because it just It didn't.
It was a shame it wasn't.
Huh?
It was a shame it wasn't. It was awesome.
Yeah, it just didn't look like the rest of the movie, but who cares? It was great.
I know, yeah, I mean, like,
But the second movie, the Heavy Metal 2000, honey.
they said the Robotech fame actually did a book on the making of heavy metal, and on the DVD, they had pencil animation test of alternate openings with little girl finding Lochnar at Carousel. Carl Masek, who brought the shows that were made up Robotech and found a streamlined pictures that did first uncut anime dubs.
Yeah, I gotta say it once again, because this was her Valentine's present. And no disrespect to Miss Strain. She's probably a very lovely woman. She's probably a really nice gal. But why? Why? I mean, it's like, how can I put it? You know what it's like how, remember how great the first movie Grease was?
Yeah,
and then you have Grease 2 with Michelle Pfeiffer.
We did launch her career. Yeah, it was pretty lousy, you know.
Yeah, this was the Grease 2 of the animated world.
I felt like I was getting
Sorry.
Well, like I said, the music I love.
Yeah, the music was great.
Pantera, ICP and Twisted, KMFDM.
Oh, I forgot they were in that.
Yeah, Missing Time.
Oh shit! You see now this makes me want to climb into my closet and look for it because
just get the soundtrack. Just get the soundtrack, Roger.
A lot of people kind of consider heavy metal first heavy metal.
You're saving me a trip into my VHS collection because I do have the VHS of the first movie. The second movie, I think I taped. I don't think I spent any money.
I rented the second one. I wish I never did.
I saw it. I was
Showtime Beyond.
I watched it. I think it might have been Showtime Beyond. I'm not entirely sure which one I saw it. I might have had the DVD at one point, and I watched it, and I said to myself,
"Why?"
No, actually, I said, "Well, the music is great. I love the music.
It's got a nice beat. I can dance to it.
It's got metal."
It just sucked.
But the movie itself was just god awful to sit through.
And you would think it would not be so bad considering great actor Michael Ironside was in it. He was always playing a villain of some sort.
Kevin Easton bought Heavy Metal.
Yeah, but even he couldn't save it.
No, he bought Heavy Metal.
The magazine. He owns the magazine company of Heavy Metal.
He bought it for National Lampoon, basically.
He bought, yeah. Nate was just saying that the dude, what's his name again?
Kevin Eastman.
He bought Heavy Metal magazine.
And the irony of it was
the actual company Heavy Metal magazine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and the irony of that is, before Heavy Metal, guess what else he did? Teenage Mutant fucking Ninja Turtles.
That's how he got the money to do it.
Yeah.
I think the Turtles are okay. They're overrated.
Look, the Turtles' major focal point.
The original books weren't too bad.
Look. The major focal point of Ninja Turtles has basically been to make money.
Well, the original ones weren't.
The original ones were supposedly a parody of the superhero comics of old. They're parodying the old superhero comics by making a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comic.
Oh, you guys remember the other parody of Turtles called the Adolescent Black Belt Hamsters?
Sure.
That just reminded me. I saw a plushie of Shredder.
There was the first issue when they were leaving on their home in Alaska. It was some kind of bizarre thing. How they got born, but they were on an airplane. They were watching a movie that was crossing between Star Wars and Cheech and Chong called Return of the Red Eye. Like the first scene had Darth Vader and Chong smoking a joint, and Chong's like, "Hey, Darth, you want a puff, baby?" And then like the second one was Chong with Yoda when he was dying. Yoda's like, "Yoda, so stoned."
Yeah, I remember that.
He's just like, "Oh Yoda, don't die. I told you not to put those funky mushrooms in your stew. You gotta do it always, didn't you? You little green shit."
I remember. Now.
And there was a scene where they beat up a drunk dealer. Like, Yeah, these drugs are the reason why kids have to work at Taco Bell instead of go to college.
I can remember. I can remember there was a.
I actually like that better than Turtles, man.
I can remember. There was. They made a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles rock band.
Oh yeah, I know. For Pizza Hut,
Oh,
they
Lord.
wrote it. We're the Turtles. You can count on us.
Yeah, like
Really?
yeah.
Corey Feldman and Corey Haim actually played their voices in the first Turtles.
Please,
Yeah.
please tell me that's you're joking.
No, they did.
Then again, if you're saying the
They
lyrics,
released them. They released them on the top at Pizza Hut.
Not only that. They did it. They also did it on top of the Radio City Music Hall.
Don't forget Vanilla Ice in the second one. Which I
No!
No. What I'm talking about here is what they did here. They also did a documentary of the Ninja Turtles rock band world tour.
You're
Yeah.
hurting me.
You know what the funny part about that was?
There's a funny part.
No, I mean funny like it sucked part.
Go ahead.
Um,
Speak, my
The whole
child.
thing about the Ninja Turtles documentary was, now you'd think that with a documentary like that they'd show the people outside of the costumes and
Yeah.
no, they don't.
They took it seriously.
Yeah,
Kind of like Gem and the Hologram seriously.
yeah,
Oh, Lordy.
yeah. Like they were like, yeah, we started actually figuring out that we could actually rock when we were in the sewers, doing blah 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 blah.
Let me guess. It was Michelangelo, dude, who kept saying that to Moses. They knew they could
You know, I
rock.
used to do to piss my brother off when he watched that show. He was a fan of it. I said, "They're the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like feces.
Mm.
That's why they live in a sewer and they suck, David." Ha ha ha!
Damn.
And also, the thing about and they even had Master Splinter in there talking about
God.
inner peace and stuff through
Oh, God.
rock music and crap and like.
Well, one thing I hated about the cartoon was that stupid shit where he was a human, he meditated and rap. The original was better. It
Wait,
was his master.
Nate.
The real story was the master died and he got mutated.
But-
when the master
but
died.
Nate,
So-
But Nate, it gets better. Oh, it gets better. In this shit fest called the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles rock band
I'm
World
sure
Tour,
that
whatever.
Michael Bay produced version probably made that look like fucking Casablanca's
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But they had the Shredder in it, and this looked like the Shredder if he got his outfit from a dollar store.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know if I said this last week. Philly Weekly. I love how they I love how they write their film reviews. I get a lot of the references. Like the one thing when they're showing Rocky IV somewhere for free,
Mhm.
they compare it to Leni Riefenstahl's movie, the woman that made Triumph of the Will about the Nuremberg rally in Nazi Germany. She worked for the Nazis. Well, anyway, they made fun of Michael Bay really bad. They made him like B-movie maker, filmmaker Ed Wood, the guy who played Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Mhm.
Ed Wood reincarnated as a date-raping frat brat jock.
Oh.
Michael Bay and how to describe Michael Bay in over
I'll say this. Michael Bay, after what he did to Pearl Harbor, is not allowed 10 foot and is not allowed 50 feet near another historical movie.
I
About
kind of like Armageddon, okay.
No, it's all historical movie about
I
war.
don't even want to touch that.
I mean, because when he did,
None of that shit was fucking accurate at all.
well, most of it was accurate. I mean, there were the bombings that happened at the
And that was about it.
Exactly.
And
Pearl Harbor.
accuracy is important. I mean, sorry to do this.
But they attacked. But in the movie, they attacked hospitals and civilians.
And the battleship
Which
Yamato
didn't happen. No, of course not.
was attacking. It wasn't even finished being built yet.
Not to mention, in historical texts, the Japanese left any civilian areas, left them alone, didn't touch them.
Right.
They did not touch any civilian facilities.
It was just
It was just the
The ship.
harbor itself.
Right.